That's Moulin Rouge.
It's the same exact song. They don't change the words.
No. The song from the Beatles is "All You Need Is Love."
I thought it was Elton John.
Love. No, that's first of all, Elton John only wrote one song in that movie.
Well, your song is the only song that he did?
The Elephant Love medley is multiple different songs kind of layered together. So it's I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. That was, I think, Elvis. And then the only way of loving me, baby, is ABBA or...
Oh, it's two different songs?
Yeah, and then
no,
just one night, maybe just one night is... I forget who's saying that. And then there's no way... Those are all different songs.
They're
the name of love, one night in the name of... Those are all different songs.
How do they rhyme and go with each other if they're different songs?
That's the joke, is that it's a love medley. All love songs are basically just the same shit. Like, then you could kind of just put the best line after another. That's what the experiment was. And then the final song, and I will always love you. That's like... That's
Whitney Houston, right? Whitney Houston.
I believe.
And I will always love you.
That was Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah, it's Whitney.
They just did it a little bit different.
Yes, it is a duet after a bunch of different medleys. There's a couple. That whole movie is a medley, by the way. But like, if we were talking about musicals, like that's all it is different lyrics set in a certain tempo from a bunch of different songs.
And I like their version of how they do the songs a lot better than most of the originals.
They have some of their own like lyrics pitched in, but like it's just
I don't think anything's an original. What's an original on there? For everyone just joining us right now. I was looking at the wrong thing.
Are we recording?
We're there, yeah. But for everyone joining us
My
right
bad.
now, we're back.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've done an episode with Eric and I, and we're getting hate mail. We've been getting a lot of pressure from friends and family to get the gang back together, because really it's been a one-man show, and that's not what this is supposed to be.
It's not fair. But listen.
Why is it not fair? What's not fair?
Well, all right. I told you last time, getting down to the city, it's okay that these are like niche. These are the niche videos. I am the half man.
Yeah.
It's only fair that I'm there at least. I'm only there half the time.
Yeah, but it's been less than half the time because we recorded the first one in August when we first made the channel, and then the second video
September.
Right. What month are we in now? Dude. It's been.
It's May.
It's been longer than half a year.
All right, I'll take all the blame.
Since we've gotten together.
I'm a lazy, good-for-nothing, godforsaken son of a bitch.
And where you guys just tuned in was we were talking about Moulin Rouge and the songs for Moulin Rouge, because during mic check it came up, and we've never discussed that movie before.
How many people you think actually know what that movie is?
I think
in our demographic, which is like 18 to 70 people.
People who actually listen to us.
That would be like 7 of people.
Of people that listen to us,
that'd be like.
There's I'd say like 5.
So 5 people.
So almost 10%. But I'd say like of the people that know Moulin Rouge, like an avid moviegoer or someone that like.
No one knows that movie.
No, Moulin Rouge is like a really reputable in terms of musical and not like. Think about the star power that's in that movie, right? You have Ian
Nicole
McGregor.
Kidman couldn't even keep Tom Cruise.
Nicole Kidman is an A-list actress.
She's also a Scientologist.
No, I think I don't think she's in it with him.
We all know what Scientology really is, right?
It's a fiction science book.
Should we not take shots at religion? Let's not take shots at
religion. That's not a religion, that's a cult. And you could say there's the same thing between religions and cults, but I think that when you worship a guy named Lord Xenu, who collected all like those spirits and souls, and what was the idea? He dumped all the alien spirits and souls in Hawaii to the volcano, right? And then their bodies are burned, so they're not just their ethereal astral projections. And the idea is that he's gonna come back and give them new physical bodies and beings, and that's how they're gonna live. Like the guy who made it,
L. Ron Hubbard.
He's a science fiction writer. So I don't think that's. I mean, you can make the argument for any religion in that regard, right? It's fictitious, or they're fables that act out a certain way of being, but what is the goal of Scientology? Like, what are you supposed to act like? What's the end result?
It's true. When you really think about the lessons here, like, that they're trying to... At least in, like, modern or like normalized religion standards, you have a set of morals to like. That's what
it's
the story
a compass.
is about.
It's a moral compass.
Right. Ideally, there are these stories. They're supposed to be lessons, but when you really think about Scientology and just like the crazy fantasy aspect of it.
But yeah, like what are you aspiring to be? Are you aspiring to be a magma energy spirit that then gets taken up and sucked up by a motherboard and taken on to explore the galaxy? Are you meant to make A-list blockbuster movies?
Maybe. That sounded awesome.
But
I wasn't thinking that. But then you said, yeah, we should go, what's going to happen inside. Now I might like want to think that's what's happening.
But he's the only one. Outside of Tom Cruise, the next like highest ranking person is John Travolta.
Is he still real? Are they still really like defending this claim? There's no way they can still be truly because is Scientology legitimately still like do they have like a building, an office?
They do, all in like Central Florida. Central Florida, they have churches. They buy up all the local real estate and they spy on people and pressure you to move out of your developments so they can purchase up the land for cheap and expand. So they're also like a real estate business. They're like a real estate mogul. So it's more like they're business minded.
What is BlackRock?
We'll talk about BlackRock because we talked about them before. So BlackRock is
Somebody
just like
tell me what BlackRock is.
We've talked about it. They're a financial institution. So they're a financial institution that basically run the whole world. Them and like Vanguard or and there's another like third company. They like drive the housing market. We've definitely talked about this.
We definitely have.
Scientology doesn't have, but they don't have a dogma. Like Scientology has a dogma, and the only successful person I can think that's come out of it in terms of the public appearances is Tom Cruise. John Travolta's no one. John Travolta hasn't been relevant since Dirty Dancing. Dancing or Grease.
John Travolta. Oh yeah.
I think Dirty Dancing is after Grease, so you could say
Grease
since Dirty Dancing. Grease, I think is. I'm not a big Grease person.
Well, that's just because you're a bigoted sociopath.
Wait, is Grease older than? I think no.
Grease might be the
Saturday Night Fever, or was it Dirty Dancing or Saturday Night Fever? No, Dirty Dancing.
He was in Saturday Night Fever. Then that Will Ferrell and.
No, that's that's Neither Roxbury.
Oh,
and that's him and Melon, or whatever that guy's name is.
Mango
is his name.
Forgive me, go
on. Saturday Night Fever, I watched it because like my dad, it was like one of those movies where it's like, oh, it's an absolute classic, gotta check it out. It just puts you in that feeling of like New York in the 70s. It is the most like heinous, like sexist, racist movie that I've ever seen. And for me, like I feel like you should be able to express yourself however you want. Like, don't remove words. Like, let people act like they want in a certain setting to make it feel human. But this was terrible, dude.
Bad. They went too far?
It was too authentic. It was too...
No, they didn't go too far. They were just there.
They were really there.
You have to kind of curb your language in any format. Like even right now, we have to curb how we would usually talk.
But beyond language, dude, it was the physical acts they were doing.
What were they doing?
Because there's certain things you can't say on YouTube and you can't. So let's just say that they were getting a little frisky with a lady who wanted to be with John Travolta, and so she was being like kind of a lady of the night with his friends, and but so take all the innuendos that I'm saying here, right?
So they're
being
hard.
like she's being.
Look at my body language. Get away from me.
That's how she was, and his friends really took advantage of that, and they really took advantage of it. Like really, take it literally. They really took advantage of that. And what happened was she was crying about it, the whole thing in the back of the car, and John Travolta says to that, he's like, "Oh, come on, stop it. You were asking for it. What do you think was gonna happen?" And then his drunk friend falls off a bridge, and they're all kind of like, "Nah, he wasn't really a good guy." So that was Saturday Night Fever. I was like, "Dad, this is terrible." He's like, "It's pretty rough, rougher than I remember."
It's like your dad's like, "Hey, this movie wasn't anything like I thought it was."
Yeah, because you look at those things and you don't.
Back in the day, it didn't seem as bad as.
No, back in the day, that was just kind of maybe not the norm, but you don't think anything of those things.
It's the cameras.
Yeah, or Knocked Up. Like I watched Knocked Up the other day. People think that Knocked Up is like a really crude comedy you can't make nowadays. Dude, that was a really touching movie. Like the interaction between Seth Rogen and the lady that's intolerable that no one likes, and she got herself removed from every TV set because she was just a horrible person.
Was she bad?
She would scream at people on set. Like if they gave her food that wasn't her portion sizes, she'd knock them off the catering tables and whatnot. Just an inconsolable.
Yo, if I brought you some food and you knocked on the table, I might hit you. I might look at you like, no, because that type of lady would sue me till I'm dead.
Oh, you be she'd sue you to oblivion. But she was so hated that usually that would work in her favor. But she's off everything.
Isn't it horrible
now.
that the world is like that? That the people, some people, not every person in power, that it becomes kind of like this moral scaling system where it's like, if you're given power, because some people we willingly give other people some sort of praise and or power over us. Like, you know, some people are better than things that you are, and we admire each other for these things. And I would have thought that lady would have been. She's a very talented actress and beautiful beyond belief. But like,
I think just beautiful. I don't think she's that talented. I think that's really what it is.
No, I thought she did pretty good in that role.
I think that was a good movie. Everyone was elevated in that movie. Like, everyone was funny. Even like Jonah Hill, Jason Segel.
Jonah Hill's always funny.
Jay Baruchel.
You know, Jonah Hill's a good actor too.
He is a good actor.
Comedy actors are good.
But he used to have this look. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it was like Jonah Hill face in like the late 2000s.
When his head was shaped like
it wasn't just the fat.
Upside down triangle.
It wasn't just the fat though.
Jonah Hill's head was like a pear shape. Like his face was just the top.
It kind of was.
And like he was like. He had like who played the Flintstones and who played Fred?
John Goodman.
He has like a Goodman-esque neck. When Jonah Hill had his Goodman neck.
But John Goodman has like those beady little eyes. Like John Goodman's eyes.
No, he just squints. He just squints. No, John Goodman doesn't like.
You think he's constantly squinting?
I think he's one of those people who like was always in Vegas, Nevada, or like Florida. He never went to like a cold area where you can open your eyes. The sun is always. You know what I'm saying, right? And he's always like.
So like the geography.
His face,
the geography
became
scrunched him.
Yes,
I couldn't picture John Goodman.
That's what happened to the
or anything like that.
Oh, that might have been racist. We'll take that. We'll leave that out.
Yeah,
I think that's what happened to the Asians.
Yeah,
I think that's what happened to the Asians.